Everyone knows about Abu Dhabi, the glowing hotel, the marina, the fireworks, but most people miss these things. Today, we're diving deeper than highlights. Abu Dhabi is one of the most trickiest, technical, and misunderstood tracks. It's not famous because it's pretty. It's famous because it reveals who's a complete driver and who is not. So why do drivers hate this place? Yas Marina looks simple, smooth, flat, predictable, but actually it is not. Ask any driver who's raced there, including the rookie, Duhop. Yes, we're going back to the Duhan age. Well, when he was in Alpine. He was thrown in right into the deep end of 2024. Somehow he went to Alpine right at the deep end. Like what? It's not an easy track. Even Max Verstappen once said, Abu Dhabi is a track where if your setup is off by a little bit, you feel it immediately. Why is it like that? Because it mixes three things of a track that don't belong together. Long straights, heavy braking zones, and tight technical corners. Kind of like China, except it adds tight technical corners. Yes, like who designed? Why is there literal almost hairpin right after a straight? Right after a straight. This gives you a track with personality conflict. It's like two car setups at one time, and teams can't have both. Turn 5 is a divebomb factory. The equivalent of, do you want to see something crazy? Example, 2021 Abu Dhabi. Max Verstappen. Yes, that race where the commentators were like, is it going to be a 8th World Championship for Lewis Hamilton or a 1st World Championship for Max Verstappen? Spoiler alert, Max Verstappen won the Grand Prix. They were tied on points heading into the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. 369.5 points. You're probably wondering, 0.5? Where did he get that 0.5 point? Well, remember the Hungarian Grand Prix 2021? You know, the race that was but never started? Well, since nobody actually raced, they spent a few laps under the safety car, but then they just called the race off. The drivers got rewarded half points. Russell, P3, with plus 6 points. We can't forget Lewis Hamilton. He was rewarded. I actually can't remember, but I know that Verstappen got 12.5 points. So, that's where that 0.5 point came from. So, heading into the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, they were tied with 369.5 points. So, guess what Max did? He overtook Hamilton on turn 5. So, why is turn 5 special? Long DRS straight, huge closing speeds, heavy braking, chance for mistakes, wide entry, and multiple lines. And never exit equals punishes the greedy. If you go too deep, you get a flat spot. If you brake too early, you might get overtaken. Like this. Other car, the car that brakes too early, other car. And if you shoot the wrong line, the wrong line, goodbye. Yeah. This is the part where casual fans recognize the purple glowing hotel. But what driver see is a tire torture zone. Because it goes turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right. Sorry. Turn left, turn right, turn right, turn left. Here's an example. 2018, Sebastian Vettel. He braked in those corners, but slid the rear so much. Guess what he did? Okay, so he slid the rear so much, destroyed the tires. And in the entire race distance, he lost 10 seconds compared to Hamilton, simply because of overheating. 2020, Verstappen dominated. Not because he had a fast car. Their car back then was not very good. Only in 2021, they decided to go to Austria, ask the Bulldog to make a championship-winning car, and then absolutely dominate the season. Well, not dominate, not like absolutely dominate. Like I said earlier in this video, they were type of points into Abu Dhabi. Like that was literally like fantasy. It was absolute cinema. Anyways, but it's not because Red Bull had more power. It's because they kept the tires ice cold into the hotel section. Abu Dhabi is built like a two mini circuits glued together. Technically three mini circuits glued together. Part A, low downforce straight line speed. This section rewards rocket ship straight line performance, stable braking, late braking confidence, and good DRS strategy. Cars like Williams, McLaren, Red Bull traditionally thrive here. Here's an end sector poop. High downforce traction zone. Rear stability, smooth throttle control, precision, mechanical grip. Cars like Ferrari and Mercedes have historically performed better here. Like, really good. So, first, part, Part A, and second part, Part B. That also means that more overtakes are going to be seen at the start from Red Bull. So here's a real example. 2023 Mercedes was quick, though the hotel section lost everything on the straights. In the exact same race, Ferrari suffered from the opposite problem. One track, two different scorecards. No one gets everything. Abu Dhabi forces teams into one of the hardest decisions of the year. Do we set up the car for straight line speed or the hotel section? I think Max's car should be straight line speed, but hey, it's not my decision. So here's an example. Mercedes 2016, the same year that this happened. They went for high downforce for tire life. Result, Hamilton had better traction but couldn't pass Valtteri without DRS. Valtteri Bottas. Example 3. Ferrari 1T1T-Woo. The saddest year for Tesla Blade fans. Ferrari 2022. Ferrari tried to drag too much. Unbelievable for straight line speed, but they cooked their tires in Sector 3 and lost the race pace. In Abu Dhabi, one wrong setup choice ruins your entire Sunday. So, Abu Dhabi strategies are always strange. Like, here's why. 1. Cooler night temperatures. 2. Low degradation in some corners. And 3. Track evolution. So, here's one. Tires behave differently every 5 laps. Lap 5, 6. Yeah. 2. Low degradation in some corners. You can extend stints, or you can destroy tires instantly if you overdrive the hotel. Of course, we talk about the hotel again. 3. Track evolution. The track improves massively during the race. Starting on the wrong tire compound can end your podium hopes. So here's an example. 2019. Verstappen beat Leclerc because Ferrari's tire warm-up was terrible at night. So Abu Dhabi isn't loved for wheel-to-wheel madness. It's loved because it exposes weaknesses. If you panic, you slide. If you slide, you overheat. If you overheat, you lose strategy options. This track rewards drivers with precision, tire respect, level-headed thinking, and confidence in braking. Antonelli, Verstappen, Norris, Sainz, Leclerc. Anyways, that's why champions shine here. Hamilton, Vettel, Alonso, Verstappen, Latifi. Like, I'm just joking. Okay. Nico Rosberg. So yeah, all of them delivered iconic Abu Dhabi drives. And that's why, no matter who you support, Yas Marina is still one of the most important tracks in Formula 1. Subscribe! This is the mini commentator Chris, and we've got more silly and smart racing stories to tell. Bye! I'm about to say to the soon.